Okay, so we're going to look at the dead end in a minute. The dead end, look at that. It's got a hand up, says just stop. Stop, don't go no further. Final thoughts. A mug is a mug. Look at this. I'd like to leave you with the idea of the archetypal lens. Let's imagine that as you open this deck, you are in fact discovering a pair of mystical spectacles, and through their lenses you begin to view this world in a new and more vibrant way. These glasses have a knack for seeing the unseen, unveiling the hidden, spotting the elusive, and bringing to life what has long been inanimate. For example, look at the mug that sits before you on your desk, or the one you drank from this morning. Yes, indeed, it is just a mug. That's all. A mug is a mug. Yet through the archetypal lens of your mystical spectacles, the mug mimics one of the oldest forms of all, the vessel. It tethers you to the innate desire of humans to hold something in, to contain a valued substance so it doesn't leak, spill, dissipate, diminish or disappear. We suddenly recognise that vessels and containers are everywhere. The physical body, a house, a relationship, a classroom, a state, a nation, they are all containers. Their purpose is to hold, protect, support and distinguish one thing from the other. Through this type of contemplation, we understand why the morning routine with our warm drink is so timeless and satisfying. Sure, the mug is just a mug, yet while wearing our mystical spectacles, we know it's more than that. We are now looking through the archetypal lens where anything can happen. We hold the vessel in our hands and bring it to our lips, and suddenly we are tied to an innately humbling human experience, more universal than we can imagine. We are one human in the fold of the infinite, and for a moment at least, the vessel ties us together. The wild and unknown world of archetypal magic awaits you. It is there for the taking. Go ahead and drink. Ooh, well, this is the point. Once we discover that we're living the pattern of an archetype, what do we do about it? If we're in an archetype we don't want to be in, can we even change it when we realise it's an archetype pattern that we're stuck in? We can try, can't we? That's all we can do. It's colourless. It's absolutely pointless me putting this card on this book because it's exactly the same picture. It means acceptance, humility, relief, reverence for change. Okay? The closed door, the final chapter, the impasse. Is that how you say that? When no party wants to move, you're an impasse. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. Impasse probably, or something like that, isn't it? Contrary to what its name implies, the dead end is very much alive. It is a force that stops us from moving forward as planned. It is thick, dense, uncompromising, a wall beyond all walls. With every bramble, thorn and stone, it simply states, "No more, child, you have reached the last page of this chapter." It is natural to resist its very resistance and struggle even harder to make our way, to prove our point, to hold on to what was. And in this way, we fight with life itself. From a mythic perspective, the end you face is very much a beginning. There are doors opening all around you, just not the one you planned on walking through. If you're honest and courageous enough to accept, adjust and adapt, the dead end becomes known as life's beginning. Yep, as one door closes, another door opens. Note that in most stories and movies, the moment the protagonist reaches the dead end, something riveting happens. You are the protagonist. Ooh, you've got no choice but to go a different way. Reflect on dead ends in your past that led to imaginable wonders. The moment you accept the ending, a feeling of grace will arise. Doors begin to open both inside you and in the world. Okay, so we're going to have a look at some dead ends, are we? Let's see what cards show for dead ends. How do I make these so that they're lined up? It's so irritating, this. I'm just annoying, aren't I? Some people can do this really easily and perfectly. They just line their things up. But then they have lines to line them up with. Forgive me. dear lovely people who are still with me watching this to the bitter end, aren't you? You're going to be with me to the bitter end. The dead ends. Let's see. What cards do we think we need to look at to see a story about dead ends? Dead end, 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 dead ends. Dead end. Oh dear. Reminds me of that joke about dead ants. Just pink pen for each within her. Dead ants. Dead ants, dead ants, dead ants, dead ants, dead ants. I know, I'm sorry. Sense of humour. I was looking at somebody else's tarot reading actually. I mean, I didn't go on to look at her tarot reading. She just popped up on my TikTok feed. And she said, why so serious? You know, like the Joker. Why so serious? I'm like, well, the reason we're so serious about these tarot readings is because sometimes it is life and death. Sometimes we don't feel like laughing about the subject matter. All right, now I know you've got to be in a right place to be able to laugh at a ridiculous situation you have. And you've got to be not just in the right frame of mind and mood that day, but you've got to be able to have moved psychologically and emotionally and quite possibly spiritually onto the phase that says, yeah, it's all right, you can laugh about things now. You know, because how many people could laugh when things go wrong for them? That's a common theme of things that I talk about on my YouTube channel actually. How to respond and react when things don't go the way we want, things don't go the way we plan. How you respond and act actually shows you where you are on your spiritual journey. It's almost impossible to see where you are on your spiritual journey. I don't think that anyone really can tell how well they're doing or not, you know. The people who are the most spiritually attuned often have the biggest challenges in life. You find that and you think, wow, how did they not see that coming? And they have something really dramatic happen in their life and they just didn't see it, you know? Like people around them die. Like God, they didn't sense that coming at all. So I do believe that there is part of our life that we're just not meant to see in advance. We're not meant to know about it ahead of time, you know? And part of that is learning to live in the moment, isn't it? Because it's the only moment we're supposed to be living in, right? It's the only bit that we can change right now, right here. This one's got a very powerful message on it. So for a dead end, this is going to be one of the most important cards. But before I do that, I'm going to use the movie tarot. With a dead end, it is going to feel like a loss. And we're back to that subject of loss again. If you get to a dead end and you haven't recognised it's a dead end, or it's not of your choosing, you don't want it to be a dead end, you've just lost that path that you've taken, haven't you? If you've taken a path thinking it's going to lead to A, B or C, and you get there and actually it's led you to X, Y and Z, how are you going to feel about that? Now, some people feel disappointed. Some people don't feel anything bad. They just see it as another challenge. They just go, oh yeah, next something's happened that's unwanted, so I'm just going to change direction. And they're quite happy just to open the next door. They don't even think twice about it. They don't have any bad feelings about it. They don't feel awful about it. They just carry on. And some people, it's like that's the end of their world then, because either they really wanted what was on the other side of what they thought was their door, and so it's a massive disappointment to them when they couldn't have that. And who can say to them, well, but this, if you come this way, you'll have a better experience and you'll enjoy this path more, because there's no way of knowing what they had imagined compared to what is about to show up for them. But it is one of the mysteries of life that sometimes, no matter what we do, we can't go any further, and we are faced with a dead end. So should we have a look and see what these dead end cards readings say? We've got a lilac, a green, orange and yellow. What order should we do them in? Should we just do them in the same order that they've come up? We'll do the lilac one first, which usually suggests something. Again, we'll stick to the lilac theme that says it's causing you stress, mental stress, this, worrying about this. Let's see what happens here, shall we? Music. Beautiful music. Healing. Very healing. Oh dear, I'm feeling very, very forlorn and alone and abandoned. You haven't been abandoned. It's a lovely person. And the hummingbird, again, it's come up with the lilac colours. You are the joy bringer. You bless the world with positivity and love. Energy soars on your shining wings. Spread the miracle of happiness. Okay, so when you've got over the healing of the disappointment or the rejection or the abandonment or the feelings of loss or whatever these negative emotions are that you're feeling, know that the next doors that you're going to be opening are going to be doors that you really want. Oh, look at this, the Ace of Wands. It's going to be something you absolutely want. Now, the Princess of Swords is not somebody to be messed with. It says to me that when you've gone through this period of waiting and healing and getting over this loss, look, you're going to open the keys to your own door, because this outsider feeling like they're locked out and they're looking in at something that they want, they can't have, this is actually unlocked, that padlock. Look at it. If you look closely, all the locks that are on these doors and these parent chains aren't really locked. You just have to figure out a new way of untangling that chain. So that the same way that this nest looks like it needs untangling and tidying, you've just got to untangle the chains. Okay? And find a new, different way that no one else has thought of before. Now, you know in the Bible when they talk about Jericho and the walls of Jericho came down when they blew their trumpets? That's what I'm feeling in this. I'm feeling if you wield your sword enough, which is your voice and your vibration that goes out to the universe, and you speak to the right people and you say the right words, you've got the power to break your own chains. Oh, that's very powerful, isn't it? And the hummingbird as well. I'm thinking about the vibration and the noise of that and the power of music. That's beautiful, that is. Let me know if any of that means anything to anyone watching. Thanks for watching. Bye for now. Okay, so shall we do the green one next? The green one, which is an emotional. I'm thinking this is emotional pain because I don't know why. Green, I associate that with the heart. Colours of the heart. You've come to a dead end with your heart. Oh, Archangel Michael says, don't worry, all is not lost. Archangel Michael is the most powerful angel that is in that pack. So for Archangel Michael to show up, says, don't worry, you've got spiritual assistance coming to help you get through this. The puffin as partnership, accept yourself and your colourful personality. Feel confident about being you. You are a joy bringer. Let your community nourish and protect you. Ask for help. Teamwork will give you the best results. Yeah, I feel this is definitely for someone who's having heartbreak, who's just had heartbreak and it's still raw. Six of Pentacles has come up again. That came up in a little reading a little while ago. That's harmony about money. Okay. The Page of Pentacles. There's news about money as well. This is interesting. To be calm about it. To try and stay calm. Try and stay emotionally balanced and calm. Oh, the Seven of Swords. There's the betrayal. Was it a terrible betrayal? Oh, a betrayal of the heart. There's the Lover's card. And abundance. So this is abundance and the money. Again, it's all coming for you. Now, it's not forever this feeling that you're going through. Okay? Because the Lover's card comes up when there's a choice to be made. You've got new choices to make. But I'm asking you now, dear loved one who's looking at this, dear little person who's feeling as though they're at the end of their lollipop, just know that there's more for you. Okay, there's a lot more coming for you. This abundance is absolutely beautiful. I know money isn't everything, and I know money doesn't help necessarily heal your heart, but it can go a long way towards helping you redesign yourself. It can help you choose new outfits to wear. It can help, you know, they say money doesn't bring happiness, right? They lie. Of course it does. You can adorn yourself with things that make you feel better. You can go and do things that make you feel better. You can go places. You can meet people. Without money, you can't do any of those things. They hold you back. They restrict you. But your dead end of this ending of this partnership is not the ending of your life. In fact, and I know this is going to be hard for you to hear, it's actually the start of a new phase, which is going to be happier, brighter, cheerful, and better person. Better for you. There's going to be a person who's more suited to you, who thinks like you do, feels like you do, who you're going to get on with and have a happier life with. But for you, it doesn't feel like that right now. I realise this is the journey that you're on. That's the dead end for this reading. It's a dead end of that relationship. The sooner you can let it go, the sooner you can start healing and move on. Okay, thanks for watching. What do the orange and the yellow cards represent? This represents gold and money, and this represents warmth and home to me. This represents harmony. The orange is harmony. So has there been a dead end? Has there been an ending of harmony somewhere? Have we got some friction? Oh, study, something new to learn. Okay. Page of Pentacles. Somebody who is ignoring the spiritual side of life and just looking at the material. 5 of Cups. Look at the colours of this. So, oh, is this another emotional issue? 2 of Cups. The relationship and change. Okay, yeah, it is. Now, bear in mind, we're looking at the dead end. There's an end to just believing in money. Okay? There's a recognition of the spiritual side of life. It's a dead end, that business that you're doing. The moon comes up for counselling and looking within. The Chariot's going to speed this process up. Oh my goodness. Nothingness. Okay? Nothingness. So the dead end here is the reaching for money. And, well, you've had just a learning experience about everything, haven't you? You've had a learning experience about emotional pain. This whole experience of the moon, when that comes up, it suggests there's been heartache, psychological drama and distress, possibly at the hands of someone else in a relationship, and it's just left you feeling as if you've just got a big black hole there. There's so much work to do and so much change, but the change is for your own good. It's change that's so beneficial for you, but it's really hard for you to see it now. I get that. And you've been through a massive learning process, a massive learning curve for you, and it's hit you hard, which is awful. No one wants to learn like that, but unfortunately it's what we all do. We all jump in, don't we? We jump in the deep end and find it's only 4 foot and we've got sore ankles, right? We all do it. And we jump into relationships which aren't necessarily what we need, but they're what we want. So we jump into a relationship that feels like love, but it's not. It's just either infatuation or projection, or you wanting that other person to be that perfect partner, and you haven't got anything in common. When you look at it, the only things you've got in common are that instant reaction, you know, that chemical reaction and that instant bonding. It's not a lifelong emotional commitment, except that you felt like it was, and then you're heartbroken when it ends. Okay, so you've had the learning process, you've had the pain, you know that it's got to change, and it's got to change in a hurry, and you can do this. You've just got to plod through the process and know that things will change and you will come out the other side. Thanks for watching. Bye for now. Money. Let's have a look about the money, shall we? How do we feel about the money being a dead end? That can't be right. Oh, manifestation. Oh, perfect. I feel that's a perfect card for me to have assigned to money. 7 of Cups. This is a person who is a little bit dreamy when it comes to the money. But it's okay, because there's an Empress who can manage to make the money go as far as it needs to go. Oh, the Grizzly Bear. Power. I am indestructible. I honour my intuition and go where it leads. Love and gentleness are my real strength. I never give up and I will succeed. Okay, so this is beautiful, this love and gentleness. There's a respect and a reverence for nature and the power of things that can't be bought. Okay, the 9 of Swords is the worrying about it and the drama and the anxiety and having sleepless nights over where the money's coming from. And there's the 2 of Pentacles, the balancing the money, having very, very small amounts of money to juggle. But these cards are here to tell you, the Sun, I love it when this card comes up, because it says don't worry, because everything is going to come up lovely. Everything's going to come positive. It's going to come your way. And how it's going to do that is by you living moment to moment. Okay? Now what I mean by that is, in this moment, this person, he's looking at what he hasn't got. he's watching everything flow out that he can't trap. He wants to trap things under his little catchers that he's got there. He's done the work, he knows what he's got to do, but somehow he can't manage to catch things. And what he's doing is he's just focusing on the one that hasn't got anything in it. But the reality is, if he was, instead of focusing on what isn't there, he started focusing on what he has got, he'd notice that one of the others has actually trapped something and he's actually caught something. But he's going to miss that because he's not in the moment. All he's doing is worrying about what's not there, what he hasn't got, how he's going to get the money, where the money's coming from, how's he going to live, and the anxiety. And if I don't get the money, this is going to happen. If that happens, then this is going to happen. It's the knock-on effect of all these negative things. So by the time he's just looked at this one thing that's got away, that's his life just floated away in front of his eyes, because he's not living in the moment. If you live in the moment, and you'll catch the one, and then don't worry about the one that got away, you worry about the one that you've caught. Okay? This is a beautiful spread because it's really easy and clear to see from the outside what a person is doing wrong. There's a dead end involving money here for you, and the dead end is not that you're barking up the wrong tree. The dead end is that you're looking in the wrong place, and what you're doing is not noticing where the money is coming from. So you've got to literally just turn around and put your other hand in the river, and you'll come up with the spoils that you need and that you want and that you're looking for. You're right there, you're so close to it, but you've just got to refocus your energies, look in a different direction, and you'll have all positivity and literally everything that you want, financially, emotionally, mentally. Your world will change. Fantastic. And it hasn't got to take a lot of change, it's just got to take an adjustment. It's got to start with you being in the moment, looking at what you've got right now and being grateful for it, and growing that bit and growing the next bit and the next bit, and then you'll see how rapidly it all starts flowing into you again, because you've had it before, you're going to have it again. Okay? Thanks for watching. Bye for now.